Okay, welcome to our kitchen, Steve Brown. My husband making a bread pudding today.
Now, first of all, what we've got is half a loaf of bread. We're only using half a loaf of bread because we're only going to make a small one. Just put the bread loose into a bowl, a clean bowl of course, and fill it with water, literally. Okay, that'll be enough water. Soak the bread. When the bread's soaked and very wet, it can be taken out and put into a mixing bowl. Mixing bowl. Literally, once you've done that, squeeze the water out as much as you can. I'm going to be too fussy. And then put into a mixing bowl, or a bowl to add the rest of the ingredients to. This is quite an unhealthy dish, but very nice. That's the mucky bit over. About 200 grams of butter, about 200 grams of sugar, a little bit of milk, some sultanas or mixed fruit, you can use whatever you like on that sort of thing, and very important, mixed spice. And it literally is a case of, I would probably melt the butter a little bit in the microwave first. Just a few seconds. This is a dish that's very, very easy to make because once it's all together you just literally mix it. You've got your bread, it's all soft and squished and everything else. Add your butter or margarine. It doesn't have to be, it's not like a cake, it doesn't have to be perfect. So add your butter and mix it a bit just with a wooden spoon or a spoon or anything you like. Use your hands if you want, but I'm not going to. Then your eggs, 2 eggs, just bung them in. Mix that a bit. I'll mix this all a bit better in a little while. Sugar, literally, again, just dump it in. Your fruit, once again, just dump it in and mix. Now you only want the milk if it looks a little bit dry, or, and generally speaking that would only be if you didn't wet your bread down enough. This looks perfectly wet enough. I'm going to put a little bit of milk in. That's all I'm going to put in. Oh my goodness, this one, yeah. Now, It's as good as done, but there is a very important part. The mixed spice, excessively important. Literally spread that in and then mix. This is where you wish you had smelly cameras, because I just love the smell of mixed spice as it goes in. Now that takes a little bit more mixing than everything else does. And there we go. When you've finished mixing, just stick your spoon or your wooden spoon or your spatula underneath and just turn it to make sure the butter's mixed, and really there's no bread that's not got everything in. Now what I like to do, you don't need this, but I always like to add just a bit of vanilla essence. I don't put much in, a teaspoonful or so, but it just gives it that little, once it's cooked, it just gives that little taste. Once that's all done, seeing as it's such a quick dish to do, we just need a little bit of butter to butter the dish. And then literally just pour it in. Are you recording? Yeah. Once it's into the dish, what I like to do is just run a fork across the top, just to score the top. It doesn't look like it's going to score, and you think as soon as it goes in the oven it will smooth itself out and settle itself down. But just run a fork over the top, and then the final thing, if you like your food, your things like this nice and crispy, just get a little bit of brown sugar. You don't need much. We've got just over half a teaspoon, half a dessert spoon, and just sprinkle it across the top. And then when it's cooked, it'll have a bit of a crunchy top. It all helps to crisp it up, and it makes it a nice sweet top. And there you have it. One bread pudding to go in the oven. Needs to go into the oven at about 150, 160. I don't know what that is, you'll have to check that out on gas numbers. Sort of mid-temperature. And it'll take probably about an hour and 15 minutes. Check it after an hour. Usual sort of test with a meat skewer. If it comes out clean, it's done. Okay, thank you for watching. Oh, actually, it's alright, once they cool down, that'll be alright. Yeah, it's still a bit wet. Is it on?
Okay.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. As you can see, we've just taken it out of the oven. It's not been in the oven quite long enough, because if you put a knife in and then pull it out, as you can see, it's just a little bit wet still. So we'll put it back in for another 10 minutes or so.
Right.
Okay. Been in the oven long enough, about an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes. And out it comes, piping hot. And if we put a knife in now, look at that, clean. That's how you want it to be. So once it's out, I would leave it for 15-20 minutes before you tip it out of the pan. But I've just run a knife around it to loosen it up a bit. But now I shall leave it for 15-20 minutes before I take it out. Unless of course Jocelyn wants to try a piece now, then I shall cut a piece off for her to try.
Yeah.
Would you like to cut? Okay.
Yes.
Just cut a piece out in the middle. I hope it's okay now we're doing this. Give me a paper, give me a sharp knife. Thank you. Always better with a decent knife. Might be a bit wet in the middle because it's just a bit stuck to the bottom. But when it's hot, it's always a bit wet in the middle. Right in the middle. Oh, it's safe on camera.
That's it. This is it. The pudding of my husband. He makes me a pudding today. I love it so much. So I will taste now. Hope you have a good day, everyone. God bless you all, and don't forget to subscribe and like.